What up, guys? Kevin here. So I put up a video of my impressions of first 90 minutes, or just a demo of Final Fantasy 16. I'm pretty much head over heels with this game. I want to go, I don't know, just go find a Best Buy or GameStop or someplace has to have Final Fantasy 16 locked up in the cage. I may go commit GTA to get an early copy and even go buy a physical PS5 to play it. That's how much I want this game in my hands. Now, I do have worries about the game. I do have things I am worried about Final Fantasy 16. Figure I'd take a video to talk about that. Things that I'm worried about after playing the demo of Final Fantasy 16 and just in general. Let's start out with my biggest, wah moment of yesterday was the frame rate. Yes, the frame rate was bad. Now, people said on my video that theirs was fine. So, I don't know what's up. It was not fine for me, at least in performance mode. But not only that, I wasn't blown away by the visuals. I really wasn't. It was very brown. And again, I was playing in performance mode. I just wasn't left that impressed. I'm not looking for it to be the best looking game of all time, but I'm like, really, this is PS5 only? And it kind of reminded me of Forspoken, let's be honest. Forspoken, I did not think looked great. I thought it was going to be a huge step above that. Now, the set pieces and everything, terrific. I'm just talking about the actual, resolution, level of detail, and all that. But frame rate is the one I am most worried about. I don't want to play in 30 FPS. I think it's 1440p 30? Or is it 4K 30? I don't know. But I don't want to play in 30 FPS. I got a 4070 sitting right there, and that would just piss me off that this game is exclusive to PlayStation 5. But that is my biggest worry about the game. And even that being said, I'm going to play it and beat it. Another worry I have is fishing. Is there fishing in the game? That's something I'm kind of worried about. Has fishing been confirmed? If the game doesn't have fishing, it cannot be better than Final Fantasy 15. It just cannot. It cannot be better than Final Fantasy 15 if this game doesn't have fishing. All right. That aside, where's the fun? I want some fun moments. I want some goofy moments. Now, there was a little bit of a sign, a tiny little bit of a sign when you encounter the goblins, when you go out to fight the Beastman or whatever out there, the goblin-looking effers, and they came across a little bit joyful and whimsical and just a little bit out there, a little bit something that I would expect in Japanese games. Just silly. It was a little bit silly. And maybe it was just that with the background of a very, very, very heavy demo. It made me go, okay, all right. There's going to be a little tonal shifts here and there. And I just hope to see it more in the story, probably with side quests. The game starts off really heavy, but I just want to have fun. That was my biggest complaint with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 last year. I'm just like, man, there's just not enough fun moments. Just moments that I had in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just wasn't there in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And to me, Final Fantasy, you need those very lighthearted moments, goofy moments. I want to see Clive looks like somebody. I don't know if he has a sense of humor, but I think he can play a good Kiryu type. Kiryu from Yakuza. Very just straight and just, he finds himself in these crazy situations, but he plays a straight man that is just hilarious to watch. Clive is this character, at least so far from what I played. I want that Kiryu type of he gets himself in these crazy, goofy situations that just makes it even more fun to watch play out because it's happening to Clive. And I want more of that. I don't want we're going to have the one whimsical NPC quest giver that talks like this, like I'm from a Ubisoft game giving this quest to go get my medicine. No, I want genuine fun. And you get that in Final Fantasy games. I expect that here in Final Fantasy 16. One of my biggest complaints about Final Fantasy 14 is I didn't really have that much, though, to be honest. But to be fair, I only played the main scenario quest. And the main scenario quest throughout Final Fantasy 14 is pretty heavy. So let me know if you played the side content in Final Fantasy 14. I gotta assume that how huge that game is. It's there, and I hope it's there in Final Fantasy 16. Let's talk about the map. If you are one of those haters of Final Fantasy 13 because it was just corridor after corridor after corridor, which I beat Final Fantasy 13 last year, and I didn't mind it at all. And ultimately, I won't mind it here, but I was expecting a little bit more open zones, like a Final Fantasy 12 or 14. And I was actually taken aback. Like, to me, it came across even a little bit budget the way the map worked. It felt like a old Shin Megami Tensei game, or just every game in general, I think, where you go to the map and then you select the little area, the little town, or wherever you need to go. And I think it like makes like a path up there, and then you go into this little tiny area that's very corridor-like, and you can only go forward. I thought it would be a little bit more open worldish / zone. It wasn't that at all. And that concerns me. Now, again, you really only go to like maybe 2-3 locations at most. And I think, most of it is when you're young Clive. So hopefully the game opens up, and I expect it to. In fact, I've seen trailers and gameplay of later parts of the game, and it seems to be that way. But to me, I came across like, oh, is this like a budget Final Fantasy game that they spent all their time and money in the performance and the drama and the writing and the voice acting, and the map and the world is just, we'll just poop that out real quick. Little worried about it. Incest. Let's talk about incest. Clive's parents, mother and father, are cousins. Now, I didn't pick that up until I think I watched Co-Carnage play. And I love the whole like interactive, like anytime you're in a cutscene or afterwards, you can like hold the touchpad down and it'll give you like just discs of all the stuff that just happened, so you can do a little bit further research. And I think one of them was, his mom here. And you find out his parents were cousins. They're cousin fuckers. Maybe that's why Joshua is sick. All right, that was weird. Okay. But I'm like, this isn't very Games of Thrones. This feels like Final Fantasy. The game. I guess, I'm sure when I think of Game of Thrones, I think of incest. I don't know. It's not really worrisome, but I'm just like, man, really? 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 Okay, I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was funny. Any other worries? The power of friendship. Let's talk about the power of friendship. The power of friendship. Clive, the Wyvern. The game even starts out with him and his homies, even though they're a little cold to each other. They got a group going there, but things happen. But Over the course of the game, I want to grow with other characters. I want other characters to be there by my side, whether we go at it or become best buds, you name it. I'm playing Trails of Azure right now. It might be number one power of friendship game of all time. And it's a reason why I play JRPGs. I expect that in Final Fantasy 16. I'm not asking for Clive to have like a bunch of like 15 friends and all that stuff. And it's just a joyful good time. I wouldn't mind it. But I need a little something. I need at least at least 3 or 4 cast members that just have my back. Just have my back and we go through it together. We go through it together. If a lot of this game I'm just playing Clive all by myself, I don't know. I don't think I could put it better than 15. Even with how crazy the story is. You know? I think anyone could poop out a crazy story. It's just that they actually went ahead and did it. You know? Good on them. Good on them. Good on Square Enix for going, yeah, let's go dark here. I can write shit where people die. That's just what's crazy. I feel like everyone can write that. And then when you actually see it happen in video games, you see it executed on a game like Final Fantasy 16, such a big game that needs to sell millions of copies. It's like, whoa. What else? I think that's really about it. Oh, combat. Let me talk about combat real quick. I wasn't in love with it. But you're starting out. I didn't really get to use it too much. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm worried about it. I'm worried that by the end of the game, it just doesn't click. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it didn't click with me the first time I played the game. Then the second time, I stopped being a little bitch and was swapping between characters more and using different skills and whatnot, and I had a blast. So I'll put the effort on myself to make sure to get really into the systems here. That way I enjoy it. But right now, I'm not a huge fan. It does have the stagger system, so I really do enjoy that. And again, it's the beginning of the game. I think it gets better. I didn't do the extra side, iconic battle, whatever. To me, I don't want to jump ahead and play something that's really nice and juicy. I think that's why they did it. Because they probably think, well, people probably might be a little worried about the combat since we're not giving them much in the beginning. Here, let's give them this. I want the build-up to be natural for me to get there. And again, I'm worried a little bit. I'm going to assume it gets better, but who knows? All right, I think that about covers it. That's what I'm worried about Final Fantasy 16. And what am I, like 8-9 days away? Game can't come soon enough. I'm so excited for it. Anyways, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.